Hey there guys, I've got a bit of an update to the news video I did earlier with Star Ultras. So when we were making the news video, we saw Zahn, we got kind of excited, and there was somewhat of a minor detail that both of us really overlooked at the time of the news. So in this video, I'm going to be bringing your attention to something that is kind of a big deal, and that is the pricing for Phantom Thief Zahn. Now, right away, we knew that he was a premium unit, and premium units are usually a little bit more expensive, the shards are a little bit less available, etc. But it seems like with Phantom Thief Zahn, they are taking it to an entirely new level. This guy is extremely expensive and very low value on the pulls for him. So let's go over it. Let's jump over to the banner. So we've got two options. You can either do the step up and get a special card, which costs a little bit extra, or you can go directly for the pity, which you don't get the card, you don't get the special perks, but you get a little bit lower Lapis price. So what does Zahn cost? Zahn will cost you, if you go for the card, 82,000 Lapis. And if you skip the card, you can save 6,000 and get him for 76,000. That means, to this date, I'm pretty sure Zahn is the most expensive unit we have ever seen on Global. 82,000 Lapis for the pity. If I'm mistaken, let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure no one has ever been this expensive. And I really wanted people to go into this with their eyes open. If you still want to pull for him, great. Just, make sure you're aware that it is extremely overpriced. And not only that, but his banner is basically really nerfed compared to what we're used to. As you can see here, he doesn't have any guaranteed Neos whatsoever. Not a single guaranteed red. Now, there are a few on the card step up. This is a two-time lap. Okay, two-time lap. But yeah, so there's three on that. But on the banner itself, there's no guarantees whatsoever. And that's pretty crazy. So to do some quick comparisons to some other premium units, we can look at the most recent premium, which was Sophie. She didn't have a card step up. She only had the regular banner. But hers, Sophie's pity was 58,000. So 82 versus 58, or 76 versus 58. Doing the math in my head, what is that? 22,000 or something? I'm probably doing the math wrong. 15,000. Let's get the calculator before someone yells at me in the comments. So let's see here. So 76,000 minus 58,000. Okay, so it's 18,000 more for Zahn compared to Sophie. Also, you'll notice Sophie had 2 guaranteed Neos per lap. Now, of course, these Neos are usually off banner, and oftentimes they're low quality. You probably get like an older unit like, Diverti or something. But even so, it's a guaranteed red, and of course you've got an equal chance to get a very recent one, like this might be Celeste in the Crystal. It's a guaranteed. When your chances of Celeste are like 1 out of 200 of a 3% to get a red at all versus 1 out of 200 of a 100%, well, the chances are dramatically higher that these guaranteed crystals are going to be something more useful as opposed to, a gold unit. And then we can go back even further, looking at the previous grand winner of most expensive was Wondrous Flash Lightning. And if you remember, this banner caused pretty much a lot of commotion in the community because of how drastically they overpriced Wondrous Lightning. It was a pretty unpopular move at the time, and if you recall, directly after this banner, I forgot who it was, but I do remember the very next premium after this banner, the price was brought back to earth, because Wondrous Lightning, if you got the card it cost you 79,000, and if you skipped the card on her, it cost you 71,000. So as a real quick right here, a comparison, Sophie with her pity, their most recent premium is 58,000. Lightning, the previous most expensive unit, was 71,000 without a card, 79,000 with a card, and then Phantom Thief Zahn is going to be 76,000 without a card, 82,000 with a card. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think you can like slightly do a partial card step up and then go to the regular and save like 1K. So it might be like 1,000 cheaper, whatever. But the point is, this is approximately what it's going to cost. So Phantom Thief Zahn, just absurdly expensive. And on top of that, you don't get any guaranteed. If you see Lightning's banner, once again, you get a double guaranteed per lap. So, every single lap, you get 2 guaranteeds. Sophie, every single lap, you get 2 guaranteeds. On Zahn, nope. No guaranteeds whatsoever. No special perks. Out of curiosity, were there any special perks down here? It looks like not really, just the guarantees. And over here, no, just the guarantees. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much the same. But again, no guarantees here at all. And that just is so expensive. And I really just wanted people to realize in advance how expensive this unit is going to be. Is he going to be worth it? Tomorrow evening, we will get into that, and we will look at his kit, and we'll see if he justifies the absurd price tag for this unit. Yeah, and just, to compare to like a Neo Visions Plus, Lastwell, Zyrus, Celeste, Emeralda, Darkfina, Faye, all of them. I believe all of their pities are about like 45,000. So that's just way cheaper. Way cheaper. Than even Sophie. So that's 45,000 for a Neo Plus, 58,000 for a Premium, 79,000 for the previous train wreck, and now Phantom Thief Zahn is taking the mantle of the most overpriced unit we have ever seen in the history of Global. So, on top of this, let's address a different concern. Is your incoming Lapis? So I've said it before. This whole Lapis replica garbage that Global has been doing, it was kind of neat during the anniversary when you could exchange replica Lapis for unit fragments, modern unit fragments, on banner. I'm not talking about getting unit fragments for like a 6-year-old unit like Melissa. I'm talking about you could exchange the replica Lapis for modern day units on banner. And that gave it some value, and I kind of liked it at the time because, like I said, I used those fragments for like Elaspirus, Agrius, Prompto, all of those. I'm pretty sure that I got with replica Lapis, and that was pretty cool. Then they started taking those. Well, they didn't start. They have taken all modern fragments out of replica Lapis, and since then, replica Lapis, for a veteran player like myself, is basically worthless. Like, yes, you can UOC for year-old units. Like, I could UOC for Malphase, or I could UOC for Sylvie, or, other good units, Melissa, Abigail. And that's great. Those are amazing units. But they're like a year plus old. So that doesn't really help me or most veteran players at all. So Replica Lapis has basically zero value for myself. So we're not even going to count that. And here is a, from Leonel25, a nice breakdown of the incoming regular Lapis that can be used for banners for the year of 2024. So this is the kind of Lapis you can use to actually pull for real units, not using it for, units from last year. So in January, the regular Lapis we got was 21,000. For February, 37,000. I'm not sure why it was so high that month, but it was a good month. March was 30,000. April is 20,000. And May is again only 20,000 Lapis. And this is compared to before Replica Lapis came out, we were getting something like like February. We're getting something like this like every single month, 37 to 45,000 per month. You can go back to his post history and see previous years, and it was just way more incoming Lapis. So the replica Lapis on Global is just the biggest troll ever, and it's really killing the income. As you can see here, the Zahn's pity, the pity is increased 31k more than regular NVs. They're usually 45k. And for the grand total of the entire year of 2024, 5 months of incoming Lapis, you've only gotten 130k over 5 months. Zahn cost more than half of that by himself. And don't forget, this is a premium unit, meaning there are no shards from Step Up. There are no shards in the Lapis shop. There are no shards basically anywhere other than, I hope, VIP after 2 weeks. So even if you went the full 82,000 for Zahn and you did not pull a copy, you only got the pity, you are going to literally be stuck with an EX0 Zahn. You will only have 30 login fragments for 2 weeks. You will be stuck with EX0 because he's a premium. For 82,000 Lapis. And even then, again, they have cut the incoming Lapis so dramatically on Global because, he talks about it in this post, but it's pretty obvious the reason. It's because they cut all the content. He talked about it somewhere in here. Anyway, yeah, because they cut all the content. They have cut away all the crown stages. So every crown stage that we used to get, it was like, 400 to 500 per stage, plus the 100 clear bonus. So that was something like 2,000 Lapis per stage. We got usually between 1 to 3 crown stages per week. So that's like, 7,000 Lapis a week just gone because crown stages are gone. We used to get gear stage. We used to get trials. We used to get all this kind of stuff. Just regular old events, raid events, farming events. We skip some of those as well. We now skip, story events, all that kind of stuff. JP doesn't make many story events, but there's been 1 or 2 that we skipped recently as well. All of this skipped content. And then the content we do get, we get 1 farming event per month or something. They take almost all of that Lapis out of the event and they replace it with useless ass replica Lapis, which has no value whatsoever. It can only be used for taking fragments from units that are 6 to 8 months old and are just not that important anymore. There are some good units in there, like I said, Abigail, Melissa, that kind of stuff, but it's just really, really outdated, and you can't use any of that on real banners. So there it is. I just wanted to make this video as a follow-up to the news video because, I totally overlooked the price. I was so excited to see Zahn. I just didn't even look at the price, didn't even look at the cost of getting him until it was pointed out to me about an hour after the video. They're like, did you see how expensive that was? I'm like, no, I didn't. And I went and looked at it. I'm like, what? What is going on here? So yeah, is he still worth pulling? We'll find that out on Wednesday evening, tomorrow night. Someone on Reddit said if the unit is like Sylvie, Kaito, and Elisperis all rolled into the same unit, is he still worth 82,000? I guess we'll see. I don't know. That's tomorrow's video. But just go in there with your eyes open. He is the most overpriced unit we have ever had in the history of Global. Something else to keep in mind, he is only a Neo unit. He is not Neo Plus. And very, very soon, we're going to be getting units that do 89 breaks on their normal kit. For example, Cloud, Rain, a few other units that we mentioned in the news video, the Saga units, which we probably won't get, but just the point is, there's a lot of meta-level NV plus damage dealers that are going to be doing 89 or 90% breaks. So Zahn being a breaker is not that special in less than a month when Cloud should arrive. Of course, he may not. We never know. But, yeah. Just wanted to make people aware of how expensive this unit is and exactly how little Lapis we're actually getting. They are taking away all the content, and the content we do get, they take away the Lapis and replace it with useless replica Lapis. And we're only getting like 20,000 per month. So it's going to take you 4 months, no, more than 4 months, literally more than 4 months to get Zion with this card. 82,000, that would take you 4.2 months to actually afford a single unit. A single unit. Anyway, tune in tomorrow evening where we look at his kit and we get to see maybe he's the next coming of Sylvie. And maybe he's really worth it. Who knows? We'll see tomorrow evening. But even if he is, he's expensive. See you next time.